Hello and welcome to In the Pocket. My name's Jonny.
And my name's Chris.
Two totally average bass players, and we're here to talk all about that bass, as well as answering your questions at home. Each week we take a look at the latest news and maybe break down some tones, all to give you the lowdown on the low end. Chris, my dear, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, Jonny. I tell you what, we were just saying this before we clicked record, but the last time I saw you on camera, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan was still alive.
And what have we done?
The torch has been the torch has been carried on. The mantle has been passed. I will rock the handlebar in Hulk Hogan's honor, and that's the only thing.
Yeah,
nothing else.
That's the only thing that we'll do in his honor. Then that's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, two shockers right after the other.
Blimey.
You know, Hulk Hogan probably less so, but Ozzy right after that Back to the Beginning gig as well. Like that's crazy. And I love that he at least got to go out in like on such a high, you know, on such a, the world was kind of, you know, so in love
behind him
with them in that moment, behind him. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, unbelievable. The fact that it was literally, I think it was 17 days after that final concert he died. And he did like an appearance at Birmingham Comic Con 10 days before he died. It's literally nothing. It's like the next week.
Absolutely mad. I wondered about the Comic Con one because I couldn't remember when that was, but I knew
it was like the week. It was like the week after. It was £800, by the way, if you wanted a picture with all of the Osbournes.
Wow! So you're well into your overdraft then.
I am. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, speaking of going into your overdraft, today we might cause a few people to do just that. Because today's episode...
Flawless transition. This is broadcasting.
Thank you. If you can interrupt it again, that would be brilliant.
I will. And when you're thinking, I'm on a roll here, I will interrupt you.
Yeah, no, you're nice. I was waiting for you to jump in. Today's episode, we are going to be looking at...
So the other day, I was in an Aldi and...
rigs for under £1,000. We're going to be having a look at our recommendations of what we would get. That's going to be bass, amp, and a few pedals. A giggable rig for under £1,000, basically. £1,000. $1,000, whatever you like.
Got a question before we dive in.
Go.
We're not going to do the thing where we have to include like cables.
Oh God, no!
No, and a tuner. Like I hate it when people do that. Well, it's £1,000. Well, actually, it's £975 because you need to buy a Boss TU3.
Shut up, nerds!
I don't even know. Yeah, in tune. What? No one can even hear us. I'm not being in tune as well.
That's what bending notes is for.
Exactly. You just play it. You just play it by ear. Yeah.
Well, let's just the best way to get around that is just buy a fretless.
I was going to say,
don't need tuning.
No, exactly. You just. I need to be half an inch to the left a bit more today because. Also, Jonny, I'm going to just really quickly take a picture of my screen because you have frozen in a truly. You've just unfroze.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry.
No, you'd frozen in a really like angry face, like a kind of thing, but then you unfroze and refroze into just some sort of shock.
Oh wow! Well, yeah, it's giving thumbnail. You know,
it is giving thumbnail. It needs to be that YouTuber face. You know the like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's what all of our thumbnails are.
I refuse to do it. I'm really trying not to do it. It's coming.
Well,
it's coming.
That's what I said. Anyway, shall we kick things off?
Rigs for under £1,000.
I filtered all the bases here. All the bases we've got.
Lovely.
£1,000. Should we just spend it all on a new Player 2 modified and have like 50 quid left? Just go plug that into the PA.
What can we get for 50 quid? One of those like Moore power amp little pedal things.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to
straight into an old CD player.
Yeah.
Oh, can you do that? Can you
Done. Mic that up.
Yeah. Can you do that? You've put
So-
500, haven't you? Oh wait, 500. Yeah, okay, right. I was going to say, why have you not put 1,000? Because we need to buy other things. Oh,
We need
no.
something.
Yeah.
So-
don't be fooled by this fantastic 3-point lighting. I am an idiot.
Yeah. This is price minimum 100 to 500. We filtered it. I can see
A trend.
lots of, well, I don't know. There's quite a mix here. I had an idea about what I wanted, but I think I might change
As did
it.
I. Really?
So what-
I'm
yeah.
fairly locked in with mine.
Really? I mean, what's this
and
doing
it's-
here?
What's that? I mean, you know what? Funnily enough, that was on my shortlist.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah, maybe one of the Zoom multi-effects bass pedals. You know, we needed a pedal. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Get to that in a minute, shall we? So, I'm thinking.
Hell yeah, on the left there. Sire Marcus Miller electroacoustic.
Oh no, the GB5 5-string. Oh no, it's a 4-string. Why would they call it the GB5? That's confusing. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Are we thinking P bass, J bass for a rig for under 500? I suppose it doesn't really matter. It's just what we would get, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can. I think the objective today is we're going to build a rig together. So I guess we have to come to an agreement. But if I was building my own, I sorted my bass within about 5 seconds of us coming up with this idea.
Wow, really? Well, what was it?
Yeah, it was this.
He's reaching for something behind him.
The Dingwall. No. This.
A Sterling Ray 2, huh?
Sterling Ray 2 for what? 300 and something pounds?
Yeah, I think so.
I really don't think it gets much better than this, if I'm being honest.
Shall we? Well, no, that's a good bass. I don't know if it's the best value for money bass.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I really, 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 really like that bass. Like, that might be. I'd say in the past 3 months, I'm just looking at the basses on the rack. That's been used the most in the last 3 months for me. That and the Ashdown Capri short scale, but that's got flats on it, so that's 2 very different vibes. But that kind of covers everything. That's a shout. A lot of the Ashdown Roasted series are, 200 and something pounds?
Yeah. Well, more than that. They're like three something. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I've filtered it back down to just bases here, and then I'm going to filter by brand as well, so we can kind of, because otherwise we've got like 10 pages to go through. I know this is a podcast, but
come on,
let's not.
Does this look like Joe Rogan to you?
Yeah. Right. So going through the brands here, I'm not going to include things like East Coast, and they do like proper. That's like the Andertons in-house brand for like 150, 180 quid bases. I think we can afford to go a little higher than that budget. I think we're looking at around the 200 to 400 mark, right?
I would say so too, because I think we need a bit of wiggle room for an amp. Because also we're gigging this, so I guess we need to have a talk a little bit later down the line of how big an amp do we need? Yeah. And then also, come on, it's me and you. We need a bit of room for pedals.
Hell yeah, baby.
We do need a bit of room for pedals, at least 1 or 2, excluding the obvious things like tuners and stuff. But yeah, brands, I guess you could include Music Man, Fender. Well, by Fender, I mean Squier. Sire. You can't get Harley Benton on Andertons, no. But Harley Benton can be something we can have a quick look at afterwards. What else is there that we can put
Yamaha is the other big one.
Yamaha. What about Gretsch? Because there's the Gretsch thingy majig. That's not the name.
The Electromatic. Yes. They've also got another bass out at the minute, which is very cool indeed. They kind of just like shadow dropped.
Yeah, I've always wanted one of those Fender. Why can't I remember the name of any basses? You had one for. Did you have one for a little bit? Or did someone we know have one for a little bit? The pink one that was just up there. Then
let's have a look.
Keep going. No, one more, bit more, little bit more. No, I am sorry. Go down. You've gone past it. It's in green. That one. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, the Rascal.
Yeah. Always wanted a Rascal.
They are phenomenal basses. I absolutely love those things. That bridge pickup is killer, which I wouldn't normally go for that, but whoo.
No. But I seem to have gone from anti-short scale to alarmingly pro short scale these days.
Yeah.
Frustratingly, last week I had 2 gigs with 2 different bands. Both of them had seen that bass for the first time on that night. I'd played with both of them before, but with just different basses. People I'd gigged with for years. And both of them, I didn't bring the bass up to them, because why would I? Because no one cares. But both of them, in like the break after the first set, was like, I like that bass. That sounds really good.
You're like, oh, it's not the bass.
Well, it's the player. Haha. Tone is in the hands. Thank you. No, but actually, I was thinking there were other differences. Like I've been using the Dark Glass Anagram a lot, and that's got a slightly different. I'm kind of doing a bit more of a more mid-range heavy sound these days. Less treble, lots of mid-range, lots of 15-inch speakers flying around these days. So I might have got lucky with that, but at the same time, I think we can talk about this another time, but for kind of the working musician, I'm very pro short scale at the moment. Just loads of low end, not too much high end, just nice and really usable sound straight away.
Yeah.
Very
Stunning.
cool.
Sorry,
this isn't, in typical fashion, this isn't what we're talking about. So
that's quite all right. I'm lining up a few.
Search going?
It's going well. I'm lining up a few to talk about. Whilst I'm doing this,
get rid of that one there. For those of you listening to today's episode, a bass 6 has just appeared. Get rid of that now.
Well, for those listening as well, you might want to go over and watch this one to see what I'm doing on screen. If you head to YouTube and search In the Pocket Podcast, you can see our wonderful faces as we go through this together. Yeah,
we will say what we're looking at the same time, but I feel like, dear listener, you may get a little bit more out of this one if you're using your peepers as just your eyes.
My peepers. Absolutely.
My peepers.
So there is a couple of things to look at here. Obviously, we're looking at mostly P's and J's and Stingrays and things like that. And if I were to get a giggable, riggable now, it honestly, it would probably be one of those 3 types of basses, I think. And for this price range.
It's the big 3. P, in my eyes, P, J, and not PJ, P, comma, J, comma, Music Man.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of, those, I class them as the big 3, just in general. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, these are kind of what we want to be looking at. And then we're seeing a lot of like Squire Mustangs and stuff need to be coming up, which is quite cool. That's nice, you know, for a price. A lot of those Ibanez's that keep popping.
Yeah, I'm not considering those.
Well, they're not. They're fine instruments, but they're just not things that we use. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really. Oh, there's a Yamaha there. That's cool. That's a BB.
Yeah, I've got a BB lined up to have a look at.
That's PJ. That's that gives a bonus point for a bit of versatility, obviously, as opposed to just buying a P or a J. I am missing a J. I should fix that real soon. Anywho.
Hell yeah. One thing I'm noticing is I think the prices of the Ray 4s has gone up because there's no Ray 4s here at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is...
So what are these other ones? Are these Ray 2s?
All Ray 2s, yeah. I mean, the Ray 2 is more expensive in the UK than anywhere else.
Oh, great. Cheers for that.
Yeah. Which is not ideal. When they released it originally, it was like, what? Why are these so much more expensive? Like, because they weren't that far off of a Ray 4. Hence why I said I don't think they're best value for money, because
we
it
talked
used to
about
be
that,
the price the same. But
you're not paying much. You're paying a very small amount more and suddenly getting an active preamp. Although, that being said, my favorite thing about the Ray 2 is the fact it's passive. I personally really like that it's passive.
I would agree.
That's just me.
I would agree. And I'm going for passive on this mainly, I think.
Yeah.
I would say. So I'm going to show you the ones that I've got kind of lined up for a minute. So I know I said passive, but
great start.
Yeah, we do have this insane sparkle finish.
I
Z3, which is cool. But this is nice. I don't know if I would get it for this rig, though, to be honest. I'd rather save a bit of cash, maybe.
I was going to say, can we fit a brief? What kind of thing are we looking for? in terms of like I'm looking at this as in I've got £1,000 and I need to cover my bases as a
Yeah.
and I say this with very loose air quotes, a professional bass player.
Sure. Okay, well, let's approach it from that then. That you're fighting your corner and I'm fighting mine, because that actually changes mine a little bit.
Okay, because are you thinking of it? What are you thinking of it from? Are you thinking of it from more of a I'm at home shooting content perspective, or are you doing it from
thinking of it from what would I want?
Oh, just what would you want? Okay,
Yeah.
I imagine there'll be a lot of overlap, but yeah, okay, let's do that.
I think there'll be a lot of what you want, because that is my life. Yeah. So I want to talk about this one now. The Gretsch. The Gretsch is stunning. The Gretsch is great. If I had £1,000, would I go out and buy one? No, don't think I would, to be honest.
You had £360 though.
Yes, 359 to be precise. Yeah, no. So I'm going to say no to the Gretsch. Sorry.
You've got change for a Freddo after you've been to Anderton's.
Of course, a big contender. Why are these photos so rubbish? Big contender.
They are bad photos. Sort this out, Anderton's. Yeah. They are bad photos.
The big contender is Yamaha. The BB234 is a brilliant bass, I think. Feels great. Sounds even better, I think. A little rough around the edges in places, but it punches well above its weight for sure. And it's a good price, $370. For me, this is a top 3 contender, I would say, for the choice. What are your thoughts?
Totally agree. PJ, nice and a more versatile option than just getting a standalone P or a standalone J. 370 is probably bang on what we're looking for in terms of a bass. I have not played this bass, but I've played BBs in the past, and I'm assuming if it's kind of close to that, we're in a good ballpark there. I think that could be a really good. I look at that and go, could I gig that for anything I've got in my diary for the next 6 months? And 100%. There's nothing. I'm not thinking of any gigs coming up that I couldn't use that for.
Yeah, BB, nice.
Yeah, BB,
beautiful. Well, I think that is a top 3. I'm just going to close some of the ones that I've got here. I'm going to move over now to Sire World, back into there to look at the P5. I think this is an excellent bass. £400. It is just a P bass, though, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but, you know, if we're going value, I'm torn. But the rolled fretboard edges on these are second to none, like the best in the business that I've ever felt. So yeah, that it gets a thumbs up from me. If you had this money, would you buy one of these?
Yeah, I think you are correct when you say you lose versatility points if you were to stack it up against the BB, but the necks on these Sires, forget for £400, just in general, the neck standalone, forget the price, is really good. Mm-hmm. So I think for £400, I know you've said it's just a P bass, but to some people, just a P bass is great. You know, it's a P bass. You can't go wrong with a P bass. The Leo Fender literally got it right the first time.
Yeah, and I would probably choose. I would choose this over a standard classic vibe P bass as well.
It'll be a better instrument in terms of the neck and the playability and stuff, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The only one that it kind of it matches with or doesn't quite go away amps that doesn't beat it out necessarily is the 40th anniversary ones. They were very close, but there we go. Now here's an interesting one. Keeping with Sire, the V5. This is their passive jazz. So same kind of neck, but even like a slimmer neck on these. Again, jazz bass, super versatile. I've not played one of these, but I know it would be absolutely brilliantos for £400 indeed. What excites you more, the jazz or the P?
Oh, the jazz, to be honest with you. I think it looks better as well. The block inlays are doing things to me.
Yeah, Yeah, I think you're right. My vote goes to the Jazz. I'm on a bit of a Jazz kick at the moment, so I think this is a top 3 contender. I'm going to kick the P out. I'm going to do it.
Ooh, so we're going BB versus the Jazz.
I think so.
Okay.
The next one, we spoke about it a little bit, the Rascal. Now, as great as this is, it's not exactly the most conventional sound.
No,
this
it's
instrument.
not. Really cool bass, but I guess if you wanted sort of middle of the road, you're not looking to push any boundaries, you just want a solid bass. The other two are probably better options, but I guess it depends what you're doing. Like I'd still look at that and go, I reckon I could probably do everything I've got with that, but the more sensible person in me would be more tempted to be like, I think the J or the BB is the smarter option to go with over the Rascal.
Fair. That is fair. I'm just going to find for you. These pictures are poopy because the Jazz bass, just on Sire's website, the Jazz bass comes in this like champagne gold finish, which is like mega. Like these pictures are great. Oh, I love it.
That champagne gold looks good.
That is
Definitely
what I would go for.
May we see some of the other colours, please?
Yes, of course you can. I believe this is a
Horrible.
bit much. Bit
Not
much.
bad.
I don't like.
No, I like that.
The neck looks weird to me on that.
That's okay. That's a nice little red. That's okay. That is very nice. The champagne gold is good. That looks nice too, like an off-white. I like that as well.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Like a TV yellow. That looks okay. We said about this in the last episode. That's a burst done well.
Yeah,
I think.
Nice. And the natural is just...
That's boring, but it's fine, I guess.
I think it's a good... it's a nice natural, but I'd rather it was like butterscotch or something. Damn.
I agree. Yeah. Damn.
But
Yeah, you don't like that. That's giving Billy Sheehan, that other one. I kind of dig it.
Yeah, I feel like if it's the bound neck with then going into the white pickguard, maybe. I don't know. Works on a Geddy Lee. If this was black, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, true. I think I don't think it's a bad color. I don't like that black with the torque guard at all. I think that looks like Fisher Price guitar to me.
I'd change that torque guard for black all day long.
Well, if you factor that into the budget, you can do.
Yeah. Well, hey. So where were we? We're going to talk about the Sterling now. We've already mentioned it a little bit. See, Ray 2 for 349.
That has gone up.
That has gone up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gone up a little bit, and then the Ray 4 has gone up even more for us UK dwellers. For me, at the minute, it's a 3-horse race between this, the Yamaha, and the Sire. I am torn. I know you're thinking this, aren't you?
I think for me, it's that or the Sire, because these are the big three, obviously, and I do think a Music Man Tone is super usable in all environments. But I think a Jazz is more versatile, personally. So I think if I was looking at like my emotions a bit more, I think I'd rather have the Ray 2 because I've got a Ray 2 and I really like it and I really vouch for it, even for £350. I think it's a great bass.
I suppose what we've got to think about as well is that's $350 for £50 more. You get that neck and like,
and that is a good. The neck on this is nice, but it's not as nice as the Sire necks. The Sire necks are insane.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go Sire. Are you voting Sire as well?
Let's do a joint agreement on this one.
Yeah,
I think we're going to go Sire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll let you. We'll duke it. I'll let people in the comments duke it out on the finish.
Dookie.
But because you probably want it in that champagne, and I don't know what I want mine in. I kind of liked the burst, if I'm being honest with you.
Moist. Nice. Fair enough. Okay. Shall we now? I feel like it's best that we go to amp next. Jump in the signal.
I feel,
unless
we didn't have an amp. Because depending
Oh.
on your work, good sir, you may not require an amp. But I feel like we should probably be sensible and get an amp.
I feel
Lots
like
of people.
I feel like we should get an amp for most people. Yeah,
Most people will want an amp. I would consider not getting one because I actually don't need an amp most of the time. I'm going straight into a PA. But if we're being traditional, we need to get an amp.
but then if you're going straight into a PA, I suppose you don't always need room sound, do you? Because if you just got like a preamp pedal, then you would just be doing that to straight front of house anyway.
Yeah, there'd be some sort of preamp pedal or a cheaper multi effects with a DI out, and then I reckon that would do me. I'd probably if we were spending, call it 400, I would blow 600 quid on pedals, and then that'd be it for me. but I think we need to include an amp. Give the people need an amp.
Yeah, I think you're right. One thing that we didn't consider, we said about it, but we forgot, is Harley Benton.
Yeah, we may as well have a look.
We'll have a look. We'll have a look. I've gone on to the basses. There are between £50 and £500. There are 807 basses.
Oh, Lord.
Which is bonkers. Let's have a look in this view, so it's a bit easier. I don't know if anything Harley Benton's exciting me that much, to be honest, though.
That jazz bass was 95 quid.
Yeah, that's their like standard one. Mate, and like these all blacked out ones are all like 129, which is wild. Where is it? This one, the PB50 for 105. That's my favorite Harley Benton. That thing is awesome. Sounds really good. Feels great. I love that bass. If we do this again for like a different budget, that's definitely a contender for me for a lower budget. But I feel like,
if you had 500 quid,
yeah,
that would be no, of course. I was really impressed with the MSB5. It's downstairs at the moment. That would fall under this budget. I think they retail for about just the lower end of £300.
Yes, of course.
And that was good. That's a good for an active 5-string.
There's so
multi-scale as well.
Yeah. There's so many options.
I think there's too many to talk about, but I think we could say like Harley Benton would be a good shout as well. But would there be anything here that could beat the Sire that we're going to go with
from Harley Benton in that price range? To be honest, I don't think so. Because oh god, what about this? The Traveller.
No. What the hell is that? Is that the thing that like cuts in half and you can put it in a backpack?
Yeah, it's grim.
Oh dear.
Sorry. It might be a cool invention, but it's a bit grim. I think Harley Benton we might need to save for the even lower budget version of this. Should we do one? Court is another interesting one. But again, I think I would just get the Sire over that.
Me too, to be honest. The Sire is good. Very good.
Yeah, and there's things we haven't spoken about on here as well. Thunderbirds, violin, Hofners, but for like a standard gig and what I would get, I don't think anything else is jumping out to me, to be honest.
Very well. Let us move on then. Let's go to Amp Town.
Amp Town, okie dokie. I'm going to head over to Amps on. Let's kick over on Anderton's. Oh no, this is this is guitar amps. This is not what we want. Bass amps. Okay, so we've spent £400 of our budget, haven't we? Chris,
correct.
Some quick maths.
399, but
some quick maths. How much have we got left?
I only got a B in GCSE maths, so I'm going to say 601.
Wow, 601. Okay, so really, we want a couple of hundred to spare, don't we?
I reckon we want about. Do you want to try and spend the same amount on an amp? So 400, up to 400 quid?
I think up to 400 sounds sensible, yes.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. So this brings up some familiar faces. And, some cabs we've got here, but then we need a head as well. I think, for the purposes of this, it would be worth going with a combo.
Totally agree.
If, like, this was it, all you had, go... then I would rather spend the money on a combo and then put some money in pedals rather than splash out on a separate head and cab.
Yeah, I think for us too, we like pedals, so I think including a budget for pedals would be ideal. Some people would be happy to just spend about 550 quid on a nice a head and cab of some description or a nice combo, and then a lot of people are just going to go straight in. Or depending on the amp, it could be an amp that has some features built in that will be enough for them, like good EQ options, bit of compression, bit of drive, good to go.
Yeah.
But I think for me and you, the people we want some pedal budget, I think.
Absolutely. Annoyingly, I can't filter based on wattage, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that's the thing that we're going to come up against is a lack.
You can filter by speaker. You can cut out some of the small speakers, like get rid of the 8-inch ones.
I can, but then it's only saying that there's one of each thing, which can't be right.
Maybe so there is.
Well, I don't think so, because pretty sure these are all.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So Fender Rumble is a talking point because I think they are excellent amps. I really enjoy them. I know some people that hate those amps, and I think they're great.
I'm always happy when I've got a bar gig and there's a house amp and it's one of these Fender Rumbles. I'm like, yep, this will do just nicely. They've got that little modern vintage switch on them, which is really nice. They've got the contour switch you can click on, and if you just want a basic scoop sound that sounds good, you've got bass, low mid, high mid, treble. So you've got 4 EQ points as opposed to just... Oh, no, you got bass. Have you got high mid, mid, and low mid? Yeah, I think you do, actually. You've got more than just one mid. The EQ section is anything but mid.
I just went. Oh, hang on, I can check the controls.
So and they've got a DI. They've got a DI out as well, so you can just go straight into take it into the PA. Yeah.
I went to check the controls, and of course I can't see them. And I was like, I'll see it in this picture.
Well, we can. Well, if you zoom in, we can kind of remember what they are. Because the one on the left that'll be like input gain.
That's 2 mids.
There we go.
There's 2 mids right there.
Yeah, bass, low mid, high mid, treble, master, and then those on the far end is like input gain.
Yeah,
and then the other 2 are like drives, like maybe like I think it's amount of drive and blend or tone or something like that.
Now,
I don't think you can go wrong for 349 quid for one of these.
Yeah,
100 watts though.
That's the problem.
This is the issue.
And
that's not loud at all.
No. And I would even argue that 200 is not very loud.
No, it's not.
So I think we've got a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I'm assuming we want to find an amp that can... I'm not saying it can keep up with a PA and do the bass for a room, but I do think it's got to be able to keep up with a drum kit.
Yeah, and really...
Still go into a PA, but if you're in a practice room where the bass is just doing its thing with a drummer who's not mic'd up in any way, I think that's kind of the minimal standard we need. For like if you're in like a pub, you're playing in a pub, something like that, or a really small gig. In which case 100 just ain't going to cut it, is it?
We're in trouble. We're in trouble here because the Fender Rumble 5, how much do you think a 500 watt combo is?
I bet it's like 700 quid.
The Fender Rumble is 730 quid.
Wow. So and that's for 500 watts.
That's 500 watts. The 200 watt version is 635.
Wow.
What? I mean, to be honest, if you were to break it down, like, because the rule of thumb for me is always like pound per watt. Yeah. And for amp and a cab, essentially, actually it's pretty good if you think about it that way. But this is much more expensive for the combos than I remember.
Yeah, that's a fair bit, that.
I've been out of combo land for a while. The orange...
Go on, yeah.
The Orange Crush 100 watt combo... £429.
I mean, Orange aren't a cheap brand anyway.
No.
What about like the Boss Bass Katana or something like that?
That's a great shout. I'm looking for it now.
Because there's strong arguments to be had of... I mean, you could just buy... Annoyingly, because of the price, I was going to say, if the 500 watt Fender Rumble was within budget, I would really argue bass, that amp, done. No pedals.
Yeah.
because it's a great amp, but we can't afford that. It's not in budget.
We do. Oh no, that's just a cab. I'm going mad. I've not filtered it correctly. Head combos. It's got to be a
You're
combo.
still just
The only
showing the Fender Rumble page, by the way.
Oh, for good! I've been searching
away,
amps all away, and no one's
leaving me in the dark.
Aye. Right.
How much was that Mark bass one then? That Mark bass combo amp.
That Mark bass
was that a lot?
That's pretty good actually. That's 400 for 150 watts.
Oh, it's better. Yeah.
150 watts, 350.
Little Ashdown. Yeah, the Ashdown Studio Mini Rig, 200 watts, 750 quid. Ashdown, I love you, but you're not in budget.
Yeah.
Laney Digbeth, 320 summer. How much is that? That's 100 watts 100 as well.
100 watts. That's not bad. And that would get us a good sound. Maybe don't need a preamp necessarily if we got that, which is good.
Yeah.
The 200 watt. The 200 watt version.
Yeah.
I'm thinking is 549. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, that would leave us with a little bit of room for pedals, but it is a Laney amp though.
Well, Laney have changed their ways, man. They do good stuff now. The only thing I don't now the Digbeth is the cab that I had, the Digbeth cab that I did not like. So I bet this has got the same issue.
Yeah, was that the thing where it's like there was a noise gate that didn't work?
Exactly.
What was it again?
Yeah, it was a noise. Yeah, it was dumb. It was a noise gate that made noise, and it was like, oh yeah, but when you've got full volume, like you don't hear that. And I'm like, yeah, but when I'm playing by myself, I hear it. And they're like, yeah, but that doesn't matter. And I'm like,
what it does, isn't it? What it does, though, isn't it? It's not that deep.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make a quiet amp. It's not hard.
Okay. This might be our contender here. Ashdown Studio 15, so 15-inch speaker, 300 watts for £600.
Not bad. That's the loudest thing we've seen, and I really do. I know there'll be people watching this who are going, "Oh, that's boring." Like, you know, you're both Ashdown artists, and you've picked an Ashdown. That could be the problem, but the wattage is so important in this debate because you could have a really nice. Any of these amps, you could have a really nice one that's like 100 watts.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be useless. You'll have it on full volume with a drummer, not even drumming that hard, like in the corner of a bar, and you'll barely be able to feel it tickling the back of your knees. It's just going to be nothing.
Yeah. I've tried to use a 200 watt power amp before to power something. In fact, it was the Ant. I tried to use it at band practice and was like, oh, I'll see how this goes. It didn't go well.
Yeah, I've done a wedding with the Ant, and it was all right actually. But all I needed from the Ant is to basically give me some low end and some oomph on stage. In front of me was a PA with 2 tops and 2 subs. You know, it was all. What the audience needed was coming from the PA.
Yeah.
My amp wouldn't have even made it, 10 feet in front of me. So I just wanted something, and the drummer liked it because it was just giving a bit of rumble to the stage. So, and even then, I had the Ant pretty. It was up like 3/4 of the way in terms of volume.
Yeah.
So you're cooking it pretty hard there, and I was like boosting the mid range to get more sound out of the amp. So. Yeah, what about any of these Black Star ones? Oh, how about a Dark Glass Infinity?
That's the one. Well, I think I might have found the one as I was looking through a minute ago. Yeah, look at this. In terms of wattage and price,
is that 500 watts?
500 watts, 649.
Well, that's over budget.
Oh wait, what's our budget?
£1,000.
Oh wait. Because
we've spent 400.
Oh no! Well, are we going to have to go back and change our bass? Do you think to something more affordable so that we can do
that?
This?
Is maybe because that and the bass is £1,049.
Yeah, I think we're going to.
Yeah, exactly, because that's 500 watts. I mean, there's an argument for 300.
Okay.
In terms of that Ashdown combo for 300. That actually looks pretty nice. That
It does, doesn't it? Yeah,
You know,
yeah. But
I want one.
the Ashdown 300 watt combo is 600 quid. So this is 50.
Okay.
This is 50 quid more for 500 and for 200 more watts.
So we could, I suppose, the option is we could go back and grab something from Harley Benton.
Yeah.
Or because was there anything cheaper than the 400 quid that we liked the look of? Well, we could gain 50 quid back if we went for the Ray 2.
Yeah. Every little, but
yeah, I mean, if you swapped out the Ray 2, you'd be in budget by a quid.
Done.
Thank you so much for watching. Oh. We'll see you in the next one. Tatty bye.
God, this has just really shocked me at amps, to be honest. Like,
yeah, cause he lives, man.
Yeah,
cause he lives.
Right. Okay, I've got an idea.
This is, you know what? This raises a really good point. I'm going to have a little bit of a tiny rant. If you're a teenager and you're like just starting out as a bass player, and you want to like get in pub bands or like just get cracking, this is hard. Like, what are you supposed to buy?
I mean, there is. I don't know if there's Harley Benton amps and things like that. Is there?
There probably is, but do you really want to just be going, well, I've gone on to Tommen and just bought a full rig from there? To be fair, though, we could actually, at the end of this episode, let's go on to Tommen and just buy a rig really quickly and get it done for like 300 quid.
Yeah. Bash. And Bosh. I do think if we put our max budget to 300 out of interest for basses, there is a sleeper one that we haven't really thought about here.
I'm listening.
That is Squier Affinity. Now, hold your judgment. The sonic stuff and the affinity stuff is cooking recently. Really, really good.
It is.
So I think that's a contender. I would probably, for this budget, look to go for like the
MXR bass synth.
Yes, absolutely. It's
for those of you listening, it's not that I just said that randomly. It's just in the search results for some reason. And so is the plumes, the bass plumes.
Yeah, well, weird. I had the other day a comment about the MXR bass synth. Somebody was like, on my video of it, they went, actually, this pedal was designed for presets and to sound like other songs. So why are you creating your own sounds with it?
Yeah, why are you doing that?
And I was like, excuse me?
What? That's for lazy people like me, Johnny.
What are you doing? What are you talking about? Strange. I want to cast our eyes over these Affinity Active jazz bass. Also jazz bass, of course, active, which is slightly different to what we had before. 279, banger of a bass. Absolute banger. I've got one behind me. It's in, you can see it now.
I wish I was behind you.
Whoa. Killer bass. Big fan.
Okay, so that's 279, and just remind me of the price of the Ampeg amp.
It's 649.
Plus 649. So that's 928. So
Oh
we're in budget.
We're
got a rig.
Not much.
We can't buy anything. We can buy one cheap dirt pedal, like one really cheap dirt pedal.
Yeah.
And that's literally it.
This is leaving me very unsatisfied,
I know, but that's because we were quite insistent on a 500 watt amp. But then I take it back because we can't even get hold of a 300 watt amp.
No, well, 300 seems to be pretty rare.
Spenny. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that as well, because I haven't seen many 300s. The Ashdown 300 watt, like we said, is £600. Yeah. Gallen Kruger 350 watt for 1,000.
You need to change your tab again, please.
I refuse. There you go.
Dibble
for £1,080. Woof.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's just
woof.
Ugh, this is why amps are my least favorite bit. They're just unobtainium for a lot of it.
They are, aren't they? I'm quite surprised. I mean, I haven't bought a bass amp in years and years and years and years and years. I bought one thing and I bought one head for £1,000 and went, oh, that'll do. I was like, of course it will do. It's a £1,000 dark glass head. Why would it not be good?
Damn.
Damn.
Well, what do you think
I
about...
can't even remember the name of that actor. It's Kevin Hart and what's his name, isn't it? Who plays Rhodey in the Avengers? Donald Gleason?
John Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, not Donald Gleason. Don Cheadle. Damn. Mate,
Damn.
I'm 57 years old. Damn.
So what we think?
We're £90 under budget. Damn.
That's not enough under budget. We need to go lower.
No, we need to go lower. Get on Harley Benton and look at bass amps.
Oh God. Yeah, all right, okay.
This is the problem. We're relying. This is the problem. Europe is here to save us.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Funny that. Yeah.
Right, here we go. Guitars and basses.
I'm loving it.
Do you know what? They need to update their website. This has been the same pictures
Tires.
and stuff for years. Years.
You tell them, Johnny.
Yeah, I bloody will.
Bass combos, top left.
Well done.
Thank you.
Solid state.
Oh no, bloody hell! Don't go. We'll get Joe from Guitar Nerds in the comments.
We're going tube only.
I think you need a Class D.
Well, look at
No,
this.
he wanted a tube amp, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Here we go. What have we got?
No, he didn't want Class D. He was all about solid state.
Yeah, it was about solid state, wasn't it? It confuses me that. I keep thinking Class D is solid states.
Yeah,
It's not, is it?
confused.
So what have we got? Have we got Class D? Do we both own Class D amps?
Correct.
Yeah, because the Dark Glass Head is Class D. I've just remembered I even own that. That's at my mum and dad's house somewhere. Should really get that back. It's quite nice.
Well, if you're not using it, son, sell it on.
I don't know. I really like it. That's good for weddings when I really need to bring a bit of oomph.
But when do you ever need that, though?
You'd be surprised. I had a wedding 2 weeks ago where the guy whose PA it was like, have you got like a loud bass amp? And I was like, why? And he went, because my PA will get like everything through it in terms of like vocals, a bit of drums, stuff like that. But it would be nice if you could bring a bass amp to free up some of the headroom and push it that way. So I brought my the Dark Glass Head and then my Ashdown 410. And on the Dark Glass Head, I literally took out 1.5K, 3K, and 5K. So it was just low end, to be honest. And that worked really well. But
and the Ashdown wasn't up for the job.
Well, it's only 500 watts.
But for a wedding.
Yeah, but I'm filling a marquee, Johnny.
Marquee ain't got sides.
This one did. And also, it not having sides would be more of a problem because all of the low end would just be running away.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally running away. But yeah, sometimes that's... 500 watts is good, but you'd be surprised. Like when I big name drop, when I opened for the Sex Pistols last year at Glasgow Academy, I brought the Ashdown, the 500 watt Rootmaster, and I swear to God, that thing was on full volume. And I was like, this ain't touching the sides, this. But that was a loud stage.
Something's going wrong there, sure.
It's only 500. It's a 2,500 cap room.
Yeah, but you could do it with a without any volume. Assuming you were on in-ears the whole time.
No, wasn't on in-ears. No, that wasn't an in-ears band. That was wedges and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like
I'm telling you.
The wattage,
I was stood on stage going, I can't hear this. Yeah.
Sounds like a
maybe it was probably, let's be honest, it was probably a me problem, but who knows? I think also the problem was the bass amp was like too close to me. So all it was doing was probably just kicking the shit out of the back of my legs. And it wasn't like, in my ears, towards my head.
Yeah, no, that's all you want on a stage like that, though, right? Just feel it, and then the sound is coming from the wedge.
Yeah, but maybe it was just a bad monitor mix. I don't know. When you're the support band, you don't exactly get a long time.
It's like
you
have
check
2
wedges,
seconds.
You literally get bam, bam, right, done.
Yeah,
you back up. The door's open in 5 minutes. You're on in half an hour.
It's working.
Sound, yeah.
Interestingly, the Fender Rumble 500 is 666 on Thomann, so it's cheaper.
I watched the Omen last night. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, 666. So that's it's like 90 quid cheaper.
Yeah, so that would be 666 plus. How much is our Squire bass again? Remind me.
Too many tabs. 280.
That puts us at 946.
That's still bad.
It's the wrong way. We had 80 quid and now we've got 54.
Well, that's because we changed to the Rocket, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, which the Rocket is still cheaper.
Yeah. This is to do this with a budget for pedals is hard.
Absolutely. Well, we could change tact and go no amp, like you said.
We could do. I mean, we're let's just keep looking a little bit longer. What about this Warwick head down there? What's that one underneath? How much is the Harkey 553?
The Harkey's 553. That would be a good shout, to be fair.
Is that 500 watts as well?
Yep, 500 watts.
Well, and that's how much? 553. 553 plus 280. No, that's 5,000. Sorry, 55.
What?
55. I don't even ask. Plus 280. That's 833 quid. That leaves over 150 pounds for pedals.
Okay,
which is better.
I think that's pretty good, and it still leaves us. I think we should. Let's keep looking for a second, but then I think that might be the one.
There's one problem though.
No cables.
It's a Harkey.
Hey, Harkey's good. Harkey's good. If it's good enough for Billy Sheehan, then it's...
Yeah, well, and Dave Ellefson. Yeah. Did Dave Ellefson from Megadeth survive his cancellation? I'm curious. For those of you who don't know what happened, I'm not going to tell you because it might lead to demonetization, but I tell you what, when you're home alone, have a Google.
Oh. Always a good one.
And don't say I didn't warn you. There we go. Dark Glass Infinity 500, 210, £1,000.
Bish. Bash and bosh.
You wonder, do you dark... Is that technically slander if I say that? I was going to say... I'll make that joke on the Patreon. Basically, where do Dark Glass get these prices from? Dark Glass don't believe in £1 per watt. They're £3 per watt.
Yeah, 100%.
And an app that you won't use.
Okay, well, no, you have to because everything else is on the inside, so you absolutely have to. Right, this is
me. Well, here comes this sort of PlayStation 2 fridge-looking thing. There we go. To be fair, though, I'm mocking it, but that functionality at the top looks fairly decent, in all honesty.
Yeah, doesn't look too bad.
Input gain, is that a compressor at the top, or is that a drive?
No compressor.
What's that second one along? Shape.
So that's I'm assuming a mid.
Yeah,
control.
Like a mid boost or cuts.
Bit weird that they put it here and not in between. If it's just
mid. Is that so you can just dip out at that frequency? Maybe
I don't know. Right, I've got a bone to pick with combos. I am very much in the minority here. I guarantee it. But who the hell is using an aux input?
People who want to plug in old men.
People but on a 500 watt bass
plug in an MP3 player and practice along to the tunes.
I get that. I was
going to say, when you said that you're in a minority, I was like, what? Straight white man? What are you on about? Straight white man.
I just feel like who at this side, I guess like it's got headphones as well, so if you want Thailand to practice at home, maybe, but I don't know. Who's using that? Send and return? Anyone using that?
I don't think a lot. Who is using the effects loop of a bass amp?
Bugger all. Take that off.
What, to put your delay pedal in there?
Yeah, bugger off. Take that off and let us save £3.
It's got to be at least 10 quid you'll save on that. Come on.
Not on their margin.
I'll need 10 quid to spray paint the logo off it.
Right, okay. This is the one. This is going to
great.
This is sick.
Lovely. Love this. Maybe I don't want to gig this rig. An affordable rig, but at what cost? Yeah, laughed out of a wedding band.
Please remind me what our cost is now. In fact, I'm just going to double check how much the Squire is on
Tommen.
Tommen, yeah.
Well, it's 280 is the Anderton's price. Imagine if we went on second-hand sites and started looking for things. This would be a 3-hour episode.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's 359. Sorry, 259.
What? Oh, it is a bit cheaper. It's 30 quid cheaper. Do you want to go
cheaper.
all in? Do you
I
want to
think we
go
can go
all
with
in
that.
at Tommen? Okay, so 553 plus 259, 812.
Okay.
So we have
£812.
£188 to play with for pedals.
That's okay. Okay.
I'm gonna before we move into pedals, may I make a veto suggestion?
Of course.
We're not buying a preamp pedal. Why on earth do we need a preamp pedal when there's an EQ on the amp right there?
Wow. And I will concede because we also have an EQ on the bass.
We do, because you baffle me sometimes. You have preamps into preamps into preamps into preamps.
Well, not
Maniac.
really. I have single preamp into two preamps. That's normal.
Only because you've grown up.
When
we first, you had like, what did you have? You had one time on your board. You had a Sans amp.
Yeah.
The Origin Effects DCX, which is basically a preamp. It does a thing. It's a preamp like that. And then this is where that sweet YouTube ad revenue came into play. You had 2 Origin bass rig pedals.
Yeah, but
because you liked the cab sim on one of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
hashtag moneybags Dibble.
That's different. That's not like preamp. That makes
like
one.
Hashtag super shit.
Yeah. Well, they I never gigged that anyway. So
no, did you not? It sounded. You know, I'm mocking you. It sounded pretty good actually. Well, when you put £1,000 worth of preamps through it,
you'd hope so.
It sound good. You're like, look at this. It sounds really good. Anyway, here's this Squire Bronco I'm reviewing today. Of course, it sounds good. Anyway, my apologies. So I don't think we need to get like a preamp. I don't mean when I say preamp, I mean like a thing that isn't a drive. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a Sans amp would be a good shout. We don't think we can afford a Sans amp, but that is obviously a preamp pedal. But then you could argue, do we just get a bass, a Sans amp, and some fun things, and that's it?
I think we're most likely to do something like that because I agree. You probably don't need a preamp with this because we've got the active bass as well.
Yeah.
If we had a passive bass and like a Harley Benton, I'd be like, we need a preamp. We need something to juice this up.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Okay, bass pedals.
I think we're going to have to look at bass pedals, bass multi-effects.
Yeah, why is that in a separate
I know.
category?
We'll tell you what, why don't we do pedals first? And then we'll look at some multi-effects as well. Because multi-effects is obviously the sensible choice. But why don't we just see what standalone pedals we can get in the budget? So if you want to set it to either 188 or like 150.
Well, I've done price low to high to see what comes up. I'm sorry, this pedal, I've got one. That is the worst looking pedal I've ever seen.
Yeah, but didn't you say it was quite good?
It is good. It does a good job for 21 quid. What? That is, how are they making any money on that? On this Sans amp clone?
Because they've made 4 million of them.
Yeah. And paid no one.
For people on about 2p an hour, unfortunately. Yeah. Allegedly.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
What else have we got? Oh, we've got the Lizard Queen Octave Fuzz.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not bad, 43 quid. What are we going for? We've got the Joyo double thruster, which is essentially a B3K.
I think that's a very good shout for 48 quid.
Not bad.
If you wanted a compressor, you could get that compressor they do for £50. That's not bad too.
Yeah. Also,
if you're being sensible and you really wanted compression, that would be a good shout.
What's our budget again? Like 180?
188.
Oh my gosh. Or Monomyth, not Monolith, Monomyth. This is like the, is it the Alpha Omega clone?
Yeah, it is.
Something like that, or with the...
Allegedly.
Yes, it's the Alpha Omega. That's got an EQ on it. No compression on that, though. Don't think.
No compression on the Alpha Omega?
No. No. Well, I didn't know if it's the Ultra in it, so I don't know whether they had that.
Yeah,
built
but
in.
no, it's only the X, the X7 and stuff that has a compressor built in. Not bad. There's a big muff there for £69. What? Come on, a big muff for £69. Surely the irony is not
Pretty
lost
fun.
on people here.
Oi. But that's for a Nano.
Is that not as good? I don't really know the Nano.
I don't know.
very well.
No, I think they're the
Well,
same.
71. You can get the big muff pie.
Yeah.
That's just fine.
Got the big boy.
Oh,
the
I just accidentally hit my mic. Sorry.
bong. We've got the ODB3 that we tested.
Yeah, £84. That was
pretty good.
a fairly pernickety pedal, but a good pedal nonetheless.
Yeah, I feel like for this rig, I wouldn't get it probably.
No. The mono
course.
synth, if you're feeling silly, that's £100.
You've demoed that before, haven't you?
Yeah, for PMT, RIP.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that pedal.
Nice. Right, we're creeping up over £100 now.
Yeah, we're getting into some EHB pedals.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't know this pedal was that cheap.
What, the thingy one?
The Thorn bass. Well, I don't know. Can you say that? Bass? No, I'm not going to say that.
No.
Why would they call it that? Yeah.
I've learned a new thing today. Someone said, whenever you see something with like a silly name or something that you see on the internet that look like a terrible marketing idea, always remember there were several meetings before that was approved.
Yeah.
Several meetings. And several people signed off on that before it got approved.
Yeah.
Always. Do you want to spend all of our budget on a dark glass noise gate? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why do you think it's appropriate to charge £176 for a noise gate?
I want less and more. That's it.
I want less noise for less money. I want more noise for less money.
Right.
Yeah, we're above budget there. Digitech bass whammy. Yeah.
This is an excellent pedal, the Source Audio, but
yeah,
I feel like we're going to have to, before we consider anything, look at the multi-effects.
Yes. If I may, I think if you go right back up to the top, I think it's pretty boring because it's all coming from Joyo. I think you should buy the the double thumper, the B3K style pedal.
Good pedal.
Then I think you've got the option really of, if you're someone who really wants compression, get the Joyo compressor. Or if you're a bit more like me and you think, compression I can live without, I want some more options. What about that Moore Ensemble Queen?
What is that? Is that a chorus?
It's like a chorus. I think it does a couple of things, actually, if you click on it. I think it gives you a few different options.
Ooh, it looks very much like a chorus. But still.
Yeah, I'd just do that. Drive, chorus. Or if you can find one, what about like either really cheap octave pedal? That would be cool.
Yeah, I did see one, actually.
There was one in there somewhere. For me, drive is essential.
Yeah.
As an option. And then from there, I think you've got the sort of... It's kind of up to you. What's your little extra seasoning do you want? Do you want a modulation? Do you want an octave?
Sub-octave
Or
fuzz.
would you rather not have those things and actually get something that gives you some more EQ options?
Yeah. They've got this, which is the Joyo, again, the Gloam. It's a sub-octave fuzz. So I don't know whether you can do octave, and then
maybe
just...
you can do that. Yeah, bypass the
fuzz.
full pedal and then bring in the fuzz.
Looks like you can, I'm thinking. Oh, the image has just disappeared, apparently.
Oh,
Didn't
goodbye.
like that. Yeah, it looks like you can dial back the fuzz on that, so that could be a good one.
Yeah,
as well.
that could be a good shout. That and the double thumper could be really good.
Yeah. Let's double check the... I agree with this, and I think they would be good. Let us double check the... Oh, what's it called? Well, is it called? The multi-effects.
I do need you to change tabs, though, please.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it now. Bam!
Oh, there we go. Bam! Well, we can't afford a HX Stomp, unfortunately.
No, damn it. Okay. Oh!
Hell yeah.
That Moore Prime M1, that is a terrible looking pedal.
That is really ugly. It looks like some sort of medication.
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay.
Looks like something you use to monitor your blood glucose levels.
There's a lady going to urinate on it, and it's going to tell us if we're pregnant.
Jealous.
Now, here's one. The Line 6 Pod Express, everything in one. I actually would not recommend this pedal. I think
No, we're not a fan. Oh, really? Didn't you give one away?
Really? It was just a bit... Yes, I did.
You did a long time ago.
Because I wasn't a big fan of it.
Because they don't like it.
No. Well, that's not what I do with all my gear. But I feel like with this one, it's got lots of stuff in it and lots of like alternative controls when you press this, but it's not straightforward. And it reminded me of like, on the Line 6 pod, no, not pod, the LD amp, the low down bass amps, when you had like rock, metal.
Yeah.
It gives me that
and
vibe.
And the Spider.
Yes, it was that.
If I found one dead cheap in like cash converters, I would buy a Line 6 Spider guitar amp just for a laugh. And it would be, and I'd nail it to the wall.
Have that in the background of your shot.
Perfect. All the dials on
just
full,
a big
insane,
stack
on the Crazy Train preset.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
fuck yeah. Okay, this brings up Zoom, obviously.
Yeah,
this a lot. Tonex stuff. I don't really have much experience with, and the lack of screen upsets me. So I wouldn't buy that personally. What's our budget? 180.
Yeah, we got 188 left.
Oh, so you could get a Zoom B2 for perhaps. That's like right up the top of the budget. That would give us everything.
That would give us everything. That would be a good shout. A boring shout, but a good shout nonetheless.
These do sound... Now, people sleep on Zoom. I think Zoom's biggest problem is that their products look cheap. Like
they do, and they don't look affordable. They look cheap, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not a good-looking product. Oof.
No, it looks like something off a really early series of Star Trek.
Mate, this has got a DI out.
Really? For 180 something quid? That's not bad at all. Wow.
Do you know what? That's got
Hello.
aux input again. I was going to say it's got everything that a bass player actually wants because it's designed for bass.
If we ever redo our Room 101 episode, yours is going to be aux input.
Sorry, Grandad.
Yeah.
No,
grow up. What are you going to do? Plug your iPod Nano into it. Grow up.
Interestingly, like what's the DI model is one of the things.
Interesting.
Unless that's cycling through these, I don't know. But assuming that this has like all the built-in effects and everything like that, this would be a banger. Like you've got everything all in one, enough foot switches to get you through, I would say.
Yeah. Drive, octave modulation. Yeah. I'm guessing that DI model is what there was about 7 or 8 buttons on the top there. That looked like they controlled like tube, solid state. There might be like different like sort of the beat like EQ presets on the back end. To like make it sound a bit more authentic. Was that a USB-C cable then?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, USB-C power.
I don't think that's power. I think that's to connect to the computer.
Oh,
sorry. Power is on the back, I think.
Yeah, it's a standard.
Oh no, we're playing a video.
Oh god. Well, at least we know that really could be the winner, and that will get you for everything you need.
Oh, do you know what? What a really sad episode this is.
I know.
Right,
we've got a half decent bass, and then a pedal and an amp that I really don't want.
No. Gosh, I mean,
you've just spent an hour upsetting me.
I think so,
Johnny.
So if we weren't to go with that boss, which is right at the top of the budget, obviously you've got these more affordable ones, which would be as good, I would say,
and that would give us that if you bought Zoom Multi Effects, the Stomp one, that would still give us about 70 odd quid.
Okay, so then you could get another Joyo pedal along with that, which will probably get you, I would say, I think that's a good shout, because what's good about these is the compressors are pretty good. You can get a noise gate, you could have a tuner, I think, and like
Because
modulation.
You had one of these, didn't you?
I've got one. It's behind me on the
right.
wall. Not this.
Yeah,
I got an older
right.
one.
Yeah, because I remember you showed me it with a chorus.
Yeah.
And I thought, that chorus is pretty good.
The modulations are really, really good in this. The preamps are really good. The amps in it are great. So I feel like this could be a good shout. But the only thing that isn't amazing is all the drives, I found.
Right, yeah.
Maybe you could have one of the Joyo pedals with it. Now,
okay, yep.
Wow, this has been a real wake up call for like super affordable stuff for me, because I feel like
it's been a bit upsetting, hasn't it?
I kind of thought that there would be a lot more. Basses seems fine, like there's lots, but amps, man, who'd have thought?
I know.
Right.
Well,
are we happy? Well, we're not happy, but
let's break it down. Let's go for our somewhat reluctant final decisions here.
Okay, we have got probably the thing we're most happy with, I would say, is a Squire Affinity Jazz.
Yeah,
Super
can't follow that. We are buying it on Tommen though, not on
yes,
Amazon.
100%. I don't have the tab open anymore.
And please don't get us on shipping.
No. This is it. We're collecting.
This would qualify for free shipping if we got all of this on Tommen, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I expect so.
It's been £1,000.
Yeah. The Hartkey HD 500 amp. I'm going to look this up after this. I bet it sounds all right.
Yeah.
The Zoom Multi-Stomp MS60B Plus. This is a B-stock one.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that much difference in price. And then the
double thumper?
Joyo double thruster.
Double thruster, sorry.
Yeah.
So let's do the full math. So the double thruster is 48. The Zoom is what?
105.
105. The amp was
553.
553. Yep.
And the bass was 260, I want to say. 259 from
259. Grand total £965.
Not bad.
One Planet Waves 2 meter guitar lead. No patch cables.
No
power and no power supply. No. Grow up.
Daisy chain that sucker.
Daisy chain it to death. Wow. Is there anything you can think of you want to get? I mean, some new strings.
Some strings, yeah.
Get some NYXLs. That sound banging, to be fair. That, yeah,
not bad. I feel like we should give an honourable mention to like the Amplus crowd. Like,
well, why don't we quickly, if we do 1,000 minus 259, that's 741 quid to play with.
Okay,
let's just quickly put the budget higher, because I reckon we can just quickly smash out a really good rig. Because because you could get, if you really wanted to, HX Stomp and a passive DI box.
Yeah.
And that really is you set.
Well, why don't we head over to the Patreon and continue this conversation?
That is a great idea. And while we are thinking of the Patreons, why don't we give the patrons their God-given shout-out?
I think that's a fantastic idea. I have got the list in front of me. Before I read out these legends' names, Chris, can you give us a rundown on what you get for each of the tiers at patreon.com/In the Pocket Podcast?
I absolutely can, Johnny. So we have 3 tiers on the In the Pocket Patreon. The first one is a little thank you tip. We just want £1 off you, a lovely £1, $1, €1, one. I forgot the currency for Prague. Sorry. That is just a little thank you from you to us. You don't get from you to us, from us to you. I don't know. You don't get anything for that, but we really appreciate it. Every little helps keep the lights on. I've got 3 lights on. Johnny, how many lights have you got on right now?
3.
3, exactly. It helps keep the lights on, and we really do appreciate absolutely anything, even if it is just that first tier. The second tier, tier 2, grants you access to our Patreon exclusive section that we're going to jump through in a moment. That's where we talk about some extra bits we're probably not really allowed to talk about on this episode. I swear considerably more on the Patreon section. And when we've got a guest on and we ask for Q&A, if you are a patron, a tier 2 patron, your question will always be asked to that guest. So if you want direct access to anyone from Ian Allison to Sheldon Dingwall, Scott Devine, Daisy Pepper, us when we do our Q&As just for ourselves, that is the best way to guarantee your question or topic is answered. And then finally, you have our tier 3, which grants you access to everything I have just mentioned. Plus, you get a lovely shout out in every episode, and you get access to our monthly gear giveaway, where we are slowly clearing out Johnny's shed 1 month at a time. Johnny,
yes.
I've completely forgotten. What are we giving away this month?
We're giving away the Lemon and Ginger Tokyo Deodara Bocce, I think it said. That's probably very wrongly pronounced. Bass Fuzz. This is a cool vintage Japanese fuzz pedal. There are some demos on YouTube out. Just hit myself in the head. Demos on YouTube that you can check out with this one. This one has been provided to us by lovely folks over at Vintage Bass Room. The wonderful Paul has sent us this one to give away. So thank you so much. And yeah, make sure you click the link in the description and go and join at Tier 3 membership, where you'll be entered every single time into any giveaways that we do. Speaking of those Tier 3 members, I'm going to read their wonderful names right now, starting off with Carlos Bonas, Jim Goldstein, Tom Kuistra, Daniel McColgan, Frank Bethel, Sam Martins, Travis Williams, Kaddish D. Radish, Eric Molyneux, Charles Johnson, Dean Gordon, Daryl Hazelhurst Jevons, Alan Wadey, Alexander Shawn, Ethan Eichhorn, Justin A., Jonas on bass, Yost Crone, Mark W., and Brett Linkowski. Thank you. Excellent, wonderful people that are all patrons, and especially our Tier 3s. Yeah, legends. Thank you so much.
You bunch of legends. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Well, before we head over to the Patreon section for our bonus episode for Tier 2 and Tier 3 members, Chris, my dear, we got to talk some recommendations.
We do, because one of our patrons suggested in our little patron Q&A section that we did in our last episode, they suggested we do like a little, at the end of every episode, kind of a recommendation for us to you. Something that either one of us has been learning or we've just come across and we've been listening to. Something to kind of recommend, here's what's been going on in our lives and what we can recommend back to you to have a listen. Johnny, would you like to go first or would you like me to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm happy to go first. I actually, so this year, 2025, seems to be the 20th anniversary of a lot of things that I like. First of which being Revenge of the Sith. Incredible. And then second being All We Know Is Falling, the debut album from Paramore. Now, the other day they released a deluxe version of it, which included some songs from the Summer Tick EP. And on that EP is a song called This Circle. And it has one of my favorite bass fills on the verses. Oh my God. Go and listen to it. That is my recommendation. I've been so happy that it's been out on streaming platforms now, so I don't have to listen to it every now and again on YouTube. It can actually be on a playlist.
The Files app.
Yeah. Exactly. So definitely go and check that out. That would be my recommendation. Really, really lovely fill that is just kind of comes out of nowhere. You don't really expect it, but it feels so right. It's definitely on a 5-string, I think. There's some low notes that bass line goes to, which is kind of out there for Paramore stuff. But yeah, that's my recommendation for sure. And that's what I am listening to a lot of at the moment. Chris, what about you?
Very, very nice. I don't know that, so I will go and have a listen to that. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. For me, I recently, like about 2 or 3 days ago, got the call to fill in for a sort of dual tribute band. I'm doing a you, Johnny, but it's not Nirvana and Foo Fighters. It's the Arctic Monkeys and Kasabian. Now, despite being a wedding guy, obviously I've played like the greatest hits by both of these acts. Think about things like I Bet You'll Look Good on the Dance Floor and Fire by Kasabian and things like that. But when I've learned them, it's been like kind of, I'm not learning the actual line. I'm kind of learning what I call I don't know how to describe it. And I'm learning the song well enough to play the song. Is it the actual note for note, what the recording is? Yeah. No, it's not that. It's the, if it's a chord progression, I am just doing the chords, and in my own way, I'm moving through the chord progression. There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. And a lot of people I know who kind of work in that wedding space, especially bass players, we kind of argue if it's an important part that a member of the sort of general public would recognize, let's say the riff from Halfway Through the Chain by Fleetwood Mac, you've got to know that. But if it's the bass fill halfway through the second verse of I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, no, you don't have to. But that being said, while I've been learning these songs in a bit more detail, there's some really good lines in the Arctic Monkeys back catalogue. Like, really good. Like, I'm really, really impressed, to be totally honest with you. Especially two I'm going to mention really quickly. The song Are You Mine has just loads of really cool pentatonic riffs in F sharp, where like the guitar and the bass are following it together, and it's quite like erratic and snappy, and it's just really enjoyable. And then the last little one I'm going to say, and I think this is just a nice little touch. I Bet You Look Good. I Bet That You Look Good on the Dance Floor has a really cool part in the chorus. So it's like, yeah, it's that bit. So the bass part, the chord progressions change from F sharp to A to E to F sharp, but under every chord progression, there's a C sharp to E to C sharp little flurry. So it's two F sharps, bum bum ba ba dum. Yes, it's like dum dum da da dum 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 da da do, and then A dum da da dum 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 da da dum, and that ostinato never changes. But that's really interesting to me from a theory perspective, because what that C sharp is and the E is different for every chord. So for the F sharp, for example, it's the fifth and the seventh, the flat seventh, because it's a minor chord. And then for the A, it's the third and the fifth, so it's more of a triad. For the E, it's the sixth and the octave, like those kind of things. And I know that's dead nerdy, and I'm so sorry if I've just bored you to tears. But when I relearned that properly, because for the last 4 years, I've been a full-time wedding guy, I've literally just been going F sharp, bum 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 bum, A bum 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 bum, E bum 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 bum. I've not been doing the da 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 da.
So it's so
and
funny,
it really,
because
it lifts the song up quite a lot.
Yeah, because that bass line, I don't know how to play that song, but I know that bass line.
Yeah,
because as a bass player, we listen into those things, and you're like,
someone has to, and it's us.
Yeah. But it doesn't go unnoticed. Lovely. Well, good recommendations. Any particular songs people should look at?
I've just been enjoying looking at those two in a bit more detail. But the set list is like an hour set list, and it's got things like older songs like "Crying Lightning," which is off like the third album. No Brian Storm though. I was a bit excited to play Brian Storm, because I think that's an absolute banger. That's the maybe, I don't know. As a drummer, I imagine that's not a song you want to see on the set list. But yeah, and then I've not really got into the Kasabian part, but the Kasabian songs I already know how to play, like Fire, that's got a really cool like octavey kind of bouncy bass line, which I actually, even if you don't like those bands, I'd go in and have a look, because I think they're good parts, to be totally honest.
Fantastic. And what should people do if they want to go and find you on the internet, Chris?
You can find me quite literally everywhere, and by everywhere I mean Instagram and YouTube. That guy on bass. Johnny, How about you?
Beautiful. You can find me on YouTube, Jonny Dibble, and exactly the same on Instagram where we're hanging out. If you want to do exactly the same and help to support the podcast, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Search In the Pocket Podcast. We're getting nearer the top. You're doing your thing, everyone. So thank you. Keep going. Also, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or your listening platform of choice for podcasts, make sure you rate this podcast 5 stars. It helps, something to do with algorithms, to reach more people, and that really, really, really does help. And leave a lovely review as well. If it gives you the opportunity to type some nice words, say nice boys saying nice things, that would be great. And the last but not least, of course, is heading to patreon.com/In the Pocket Podcast. That is the way that you can most directly financially support the podcast if you like what you're hearing. We appreciate every single bit of support across the board at whatever level. So we appreciate all of you. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tatty bye.